Morning, guys. So we're going to be picking up where we left off last time, working on April's webcomic pinup here, called Primal Heart. And last time in the last stream or whatever, we got all this nice line art and Kirby dots done. So we're just going to be doing the inking and the coloring today. Those go a little bit quicker, so it shouldn't take as long to get this wrapped up. And then after that, we're going to jump into these kinds of pinups here that we're doing for Galaxies in Peril. And for those that don't know what that project is, it's think Dungeons and Dragons, but superheroes. And in certain chapters, you're going to have stuff like this, where it's like factions and groups of people. So they're like half-page pinups. So they're going to look more in this style here. There's 2 of them we need to do. We'll see how many of them we can get done. But I guess it depends on how fast this one goes. Okay. It's been a while since I've had to ink this kind of stuff. See how it goes. Alright, first let's bump up the line weights on some of these characters here. Bring it up to 8. Yeah, that looks good. Who's next? This one down here. There we go. We'll go here. So to make sure that the characters are all at least in front of the background here, just makes it a little easier when we get to the inking. Or put her 6 as well. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go. So we're just gonna duplicate that whole folder. Make a new layer, merge that down, get rid of all the white, drop it into the inks layer, and we're good to go. Just want to see which brush we're going to use. No, we'll use this one. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I'll just bring up my reference. I just want to make sure all these characters, I know some of them they got like this dude, he's solid black, and most of the stuff we're going to do color, or figure this out when we get to the color. But it's good to see where we're going. Okay. Alright, so first things here is like, so when I do this this effect here to get this thick outline around the characters, you'll get weird things like this right here too, where it's like a wacky tangent. Hopefully I'll remember to fix that when we get to it. But we'll get this stuff too, where it's like his shirt, and then you get the gun. But it's just a starting point with these line weights. So what we can do is you can break this up like that. Right. It just makes all this kind of easier. And again, a lot of this will, I don't want to say get better, but once we slap the color and the shadows on there, some of the inconsistencies, they can get fixed right away, which is cool. Just add a little bit of texture here. I don't want to go too nuts with the texture stuff. It's not really the style if we start adding all that in there. How's that looking? Okay. Let me just get some music going for myself here. I've been listening to like rain soundtracks. Let me see if we can, there we go. Try to get away from lyrical music. I've noticed it's kept me a little bit more focused right in on actually doing more work, interestingly enough. Come in here with that. Yeah, no, that's fine. Just sort of trying to figure some of this out as we go. Like what shapes I want over other shapes. Oh, this is something I want to talk about too, because I knew it was going to happen. When I ink, you see how this line right here, if I turn the inking off, when I inked, it was a little off. I used to undo the living hell out of that stuff, and I found, and you guys will even see like with some of the more recent stuff that I do, it doesn't even, like, to me, it doesn't even matter, because once we get into the coloring and stuff, it's such a small thing that at times it can look like detail as opposed to like a mistake. It's one thing I found over the years working digital, man. In your mind, you might want to do something, and then how it comes out is different, and then you try to fix it. Right? So, like, what I'm doing is I'm just tracing lines, but making some of them thicker. And in my mind, since I'm trying to make that or I'm thinking that I'm just tracing a line, I'm trying to make it thicker, and then when I go over that line and I miss it, it's like the first instinct is just undo it. But I found anyway, the more that I just let that go, once the image is all done and complete, either I can't even really tell, or it might add a little extra to it. So I stopped caring so much about that. How we got there? Okay. Go get that. A little texture in there. Looking at the thumbnail here, and I think my the graphic for the stream is over the webcam. That's funny. I'll have to rewatch it, see how it's set up.
You want a different song? Why? You want to dance?
Okay. I think we'll go with a bigger brush here just for his fabric down here.
Bella. Hi, Bella. Yay! Another one? Okay, let's see. This one? Mama's gonna go put your laundry in, okay? I'll be right. Okay, come on. You wanna come help me? Come on, come help me put the laundry in the washing machine. Come on, I need your help. Come on.
Yeah, maybe something like that. I think we'll add a little extra texture to the horns up here too. Now I'm not sure if these horns are part of the outfit. I mean, it's the same color, so maybe it's just part of it. Okay, we'll leave them then. What I was wondering is if I should have like some rips or something, like if the horns are part of him. There we go. Okay, I think, just zoom out here, I think he's done. I don't think I missed anything on him. Beaut. Okay, so now we will go do this dude down here. There, we can get this here. Just wondering if I should do something different with the inking on this side. Everdread, welcome. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for the kind words. Mr. J, welcome. Mr. J with the Joker avatar, I love it. Okay. Name of the game here today is speed, my friends. Try to do the best we can as fast as we can. We got a lot of work to do. Sometimes, like, I know we're, I'll just bring this up just for the context. I've noticed as I've been doing these streams, I should have an example of this instead of making you guys go through it as I try to find it. This style here, so it's not that it's just so much more quick than what I'm doing right now, because this is, every time I go back to work in this style here, I notice how quick it is. I think it's just the level of extra detail that goes into this look as opposed to this one. That's what takes a little bit more time. But we're like, what, 20 minutes? So say 15 minutes at most that we've been inking, and we're already, in my mind, I know it's just line weights. It's not really shadows and stuff. But it is pretty quick. So I do miss working like this sometimes. Sometimes. It goes away real quick, I'll tell you that. So I got to clean up the sword a little bit here because it was a 3D model, right? And I told you guys about this before. I'm just going to draw on white just to clean that up. Just something like that. And again, most of this is going to get colored, so you're not going to really see it. But while I'm here, I may as well just take the time, just quickly touch it up. Line in. Actually, I wonder if I fill this in, if it'll kill. Oh, yeah, okay. Thought if I could just fill it in white, it would just overlap this stuff, but not the case. Get rid of this glove for a little bit. Oh, man. I like the glove. I got to be sliding around this thing. Give me a second here. I think it fell. Fall over here. Yeah, right here. It fell yesterday. I don't know if you guys had seen this. And again, I apologize if the webcam's actually being covered up by something here. It's just like I forget what these were called. I bought a pack. Somebody was talking about them online. And you can just toss in. I was using this for my iPad Pro, but just makes so you can't grip. And sometimes I'll get hand pain from drawing, so this prevents you from squeezing too hard. The downside is I can't reach those buttons. So I might have to just jump around. We'll see. I just want to try this to see if it helps today. Lenny, welcome. New tablet. I remember you used to work on. No, I've had this for many years now. I used to have. I still have it, but I don't really use it. Is the Cintiq 12WX? It's the old monitor, or the old Cintiq, but it's a smaller one, just 12 inches. This one's the exact same hardware and stuff, I suppose. Just the 21, so it's 21 inches, but it's standard definition, like the old tube TVs. It's not HD. The color's off on this, so you'll always see me looking over here, because I have whatever I'm working on duplicated. Doesn't matter what it is, I always duplicate it over there so I can check out the colors to compare them. That part sucks, but you know, I've gotten used to it, so it's like it's not as bad as it used to be. But yeah, I made the switch to morning April. I made the switch to this I don't know, quite a while ago, just to get like the extra space. The other thing with the small one is it was actually like I highly recommend that one. I don't think it's awful. Like look at it this way, that one was 12 inches. The Cintiq or the iPad Pro that a lot of people get, right? That's 12 point, is it 9, almost 13? So we'll just say it's 12 inches for conversation's sake, and people love it. So you get used to it. I think people do get conditioned to like, you know, the bigger is better. You want to get that, whatever the Cintiq is, the big ass one, like for your whole desk. Don't get me wrong. I think if you could afford it, it's probably pretty cool. But you don't need these things. But anyway, I didn't want to get into a whole Cintiq talk about that. Well, this is helping a little bit. Still tell I'm squeezing. And it's so weird, man. When you slap something like this on there, I used to use like a cut up sock or something and wrap it around it and then put tape over top. The pain goes away, but you get like I get like this new kind of discomfort. It's like feels like these fingers are strained, and I don't know if it's just because it's like you're holding something weird. And I try not to get them. It is technical talk. I try not to get this stuff in like on the finger. I try to just hold it with the palms of the finger, but it's tough. It's like learning how to redraw or write at all. I actually feel it up here. Oddly enough, up here in my upper pectoral majors. Lenny, okay, I remember now you were using, yes. Right now I'm using the 21 UX, yep. And this one I found on, it might have been eBay, to be honest, or it was like Craigslist or Kijiji, something like that. And it's got some literal, like, I don't want to say gouges, but something scratched the screen. And sometimes when I'm drawing, I'll feel the click because I'm drawing over it and the plastic nib is going over it. There's that. It looks like there's little, like, maybe paint got flecked. Like, there's something was on here. I don't know, and I cannot get it off. It didn't come with a pen, but luckily enough, the 20 or the 12 UX, 12WX, these model numbers, man. The 12WX, the pen works on this. So, and I think this was $500. I thought that was a good deal. I don't know, because I'd already tried the Huion, and I gave that to my niece. I don't think it's bad or an awful product at all. Just for me, I was used to working on a Cintiq, so there's a feel that a Cintiq has, and it's hard to go back to other things. Not that you can't, but I think it's one of the reasons why I have such I have difficulty going. Whenever I try to use my iPad, I don't know. I struggle with that thing, man. Like there's so many different settings I need to change on there. It's just I do usually rough work on that. Sometimes I'll do finished stuff, but I notice it takes me so much longer, even just using the tool. This is a big chunky thing. Even the small Cintiq, I'm much more comfortable using. But comfort. What are you gonna do? All right, I'm gonna put a couple lines here for some texture. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of that. I like the big white shape. I know we're gonna get in here with some shadows. I gotta go back to Discord to see what these cats were colored here. Put some more lines here just for the fur. I don't want to render this stuff. I don't like doing that. I used to do that, go in there and render it all. Just do the line weights because we're gonna get in there with the color. Color will fix all that stuff because we can do it with shadow. The power of shadows. Everdead, my problem going back and forth from iPad Pro to Cintiq is that I don't have the touch gestures I get so used to. Rotate the art by hand instead of... Yeah, I hear you on that one. I mean, I don't. The bigger Cintiqs, right? They get this ability. I mean, if you guys can see, so I wanted to start including the webcam when I can. Sometimes this thing just doesn't work, so I don't know. I'm gonna try to bring it back into rotation whenever we're streaming here, I guess. But mine, it's pretty flat. It's more, I don't know if it. Yeah, I guess it's probably 45 degrees. I don't like going lower than that, and higher puts more stress on my arm that I'm used to. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is these Cintiqs and stuff, right? Like they can rotate. It's more like physical media. It rotates better when it's standing up, but I'm able to like rotate a little bit when I need to. But I know what you're saying. It'd be nice to just I'm here anyway, you know. But the brand new Cintiqs, I'm pretty sure they're like all touch, are they not? I think one day I would like to splurge and get one of those new Cintiqs, but it's hard to justify the cost. They're like what, like $3 to $5 grand. I live in Canada, so everything, whatever I see on like a U.S. website, the numbers just get bonker town. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh yeah, good stuff. All right, it's coming along. It's coming along. Let's get this lady in here. Now, does she have white eyes, or do we got pupils for her? I was hoping white eyes. Damn. It's like the old superhero artist in me, right? Like, I like white eyes when they got masks. There's something about it. Give her some stylized eyelashes here. How's that look? Yeah, that's good. Lenny. Oh, and thank you too, guys. If you guys have any other questions, please jam them in. I'm an open book with this stuff. I didn't say it yet because there's nobody really talking, but I've said it pretty much every single stream. If you got a question, don't be shy, ask it. There's more than often a chance that there's other people that have a similar question, or they just might find your question interesting, and they're not in the stream able to ask that question. So you're doing double duty. You're helping those people too. Lenny, here's one. Maybe you can speak on, John, while you work. What advice can you give for someone wanting to start a comic art YouTube channel? Ever dread the newer ones are, but they are higher end and expensive models. Yeah, and not only that, man. Imagine to that point, the monitor quality, like the one I gave. I always say your name wrong in here. Is it Sugarton? I'll say Sugarton. I don't know. It seems like that's what it is. I gave her my old Huion. I did a review. I don't even know if you can find it anymore here on YouTube. I didn't like it for certain things. She's been able to do phenomenal work with it. You know, she got used to it. But the monitor, to me, and Sugarton, you can explain or add to it if you want. Like, I thought the monitor was, compared to what I'm using, like gorgeous, man. Like the colors are just, I like vibrant, saturated out the yin yang art. And I loved it as a monitor, man. It was a great monitor. So these newer Cintiqs, if I have to assume, if they're even at least that quality, that's awesome. Anyway, so Lenny, any advice on starting a comic art YouTube channel? Are you talking about like what I'm doing, where I'm just drawing, or like actually doing a YouTube channel where you talk about comic book art? The only advice I could give you, and I think you're going to hear it everywhere, is just start. There's no, you're going to learn what you like, what you don't like as you go, what things you do that you don't like, that you want to improve on, and all that. It'll always be organic, unless you have a vision in your mind of what you want to do. My streams and my content is like zero effort for the most part, right? The most effort I do is sometimes I'll do a voiceover or I'll speed up the video in After Effects and then upload it. I'm streaming. Like, look, I've got like some stuff on the side here that's coming up, like ads that you guys are forced to watch. You know, like that's my extra stuff. And then I'm on YouTube too. I see other artists and stuff, and I there's some production values that people are doing that I don't want to turn this. I don't have the time to turn this into like a YouTube show. So there's certain things I'm not doing that I think are very easy to do. You know, get some nice lighting, get a spot. I don't have a room where I live in order to make like a production studio, make this look like high video content kind of thing. I'm just too busy drawing myself. So I know my reach isn't going to be the same as people that have a more visual appeal. You know, like when I'm scrolling Facebook, or not Facebook, but YouTube, and you see, you know, a nice thumbnail, and then you watch the video and the audio is crisp, the person's clean, there's like chroma correction, there's everything looks produced. It's more visually appealing. I'll never be there. Maybe one day, but I mean that's not my goal. But bare minimum to get started, honestly, is I use a software called OBS. I don't exactly know what it stands for. It's free. There's a bunch of other free ones, and all it does is screen record, and it allows you to stream to YouTube and or Twitch or wherever you want to stream. Download that and stream. You don't even need a mic. I recommend a mic because that way people have questions, they can talk and they can hear you. Because really, it's your art and you is what's going to carry you in the long term. If you don't want to do a lot of things, like there's people that don't like certain views I have or stuff like that. But you guys are able to listen to me and talk, right? So there's a well, you would know why do you watch my stuff? There's certain stuff you like that I do, just copy that. And if there's stuff you don't like that I do, just don't do that. I'm gonna get rid of this. My lines are getting a little rough. Yeah, just draw. Really, I'll say this. It's the same for every art career you want to do. There's really only a couple things you ever need to do to be successful, or at least have a chance being successful. Is keep making things and keep talking about it. That's it. Outside of network and try to meet people, that's standard just business practice. But like, as long as you're creating things all the time and you're kind of getting excited about it and you share that excitement with people, and people love watching and learning and experience that you're going through, just do that, and over time you'll get better, you'll improve, and all that good stuff. Maybe it's got like that high bar of entry because it's a little intimidating to talk to strangers while you stream. That's why I'm saying you don't even need to necessarily have a webcam. I think it's better. It just looks a little bit better. It gives people something else to watch if they're watching you draw, because they can just bounce their eyes back and forth between the art and whatever you look like. But if you want like absolute bare minimum, yeah, just stream, get some music going, or don't do any music, and just do that. Or if you don't want to stream, just record something and then upload it afterwards. One of the things I remember hearing from somebody was every time you produce content and you put it out there, and content can be anything, right? It can be like an actual drawing, or it could be like what I'm doing right now with the streaming stuff. Anytime you do something new and you share it with people, you're going to get new people seeing stuff for the first time from you, and they might like what you do and they want to see more. So what that means is the first time you start doing stuff, it's kind of the worst, because let's just say you do one video or two videos. When people find you in the beginning, they're going to want to see more of your stuff, but you've only got two videos, right? So a year from now, 10 years from now, if you've got like a bajillion things you can watch, just overload people. That's probably better, right? So all that's to say is start as soon as you can with zero expectation on yourself, and then you'll find your way as you go. You don't need a full plan before you start something. Usually I find if you have a fully concepted plan from point A to point B, A to Z, we'll say. A to B is where you want to be, not A to Z. A to Z you can figure out as you're doing stuff, because you can always course correct and change. I don't even know if you can find it anymore, but on my channel, maybe it's in a playlist. My very first ones are like pretty embarrassing, man. I was using, actually this webcam right here is probably why it doesn't work, because it's so old. And I used to have an elastic band that I'd wear around my neck. And it was tight, but it wasn't like choking tight. It was like one of those bigger ones for my fat neck. And I'd clip it on there, and I would just record from my neck down because I didn't have any setup. And I just had like blank paper, and I was just drawing stuff, because what I wanted to do was make sure I was drawing every day. So I thought, what might be cool? Is just doing like a video diary kind of thing. So that even at the bare minimum, I felt like I at least made something, and I was learning as I went along to do anatomy and blah, 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 blah. I'm rambling now. But anyway, I hope that helped you there, Lenny. Sugarton, yeah, it was fun. fun to use, but the pen quality was just ass. It just fell apart constantly, and we had to spend hundreds of placing it. So you use it as a monitor now and got a new side tablet. Okay, you know what? I haven't even seen. I've been to your guys' house. Actually, I should be coming to your place. I imagine soon once this is finished and we get it printed. I gotta see, or send me a picture on Discord or whatever. What are you using now? You'd think I would see your art tools. From an artist to an artist, eh? Or maybe it's when I come over, right? It's like art's the last thing I'll talk about because we've been doing it all day. Lenny, gotcha. Thanks. No, I've been a fan of yours for years. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Since I started, okay. Wow, okay. We're going back then. And I've always watched your videos and streams, but been thinking about taking the plunge. Yeah, just jump in. There's zero. Here's the best part. You could jump in and just get bored of it after a while and stop. Like, that's okay, too. But just get it out of your system. The worst thing that's going to happen is you like it. And then you want to keep doing it. Or the worst thing is, hey, you just found out it wasn't for you. I know I just said, like, have no expectations or goals, but I would maybe add a caveat to that. Do you know why you want to do it? Do you want to do it just to share your art with people? Is it a way to network, to get more people to see your stuff? Why? What is it about it? Do you even know? Do you not know? You don't need to. The redacted computer. Welcome. Okay, we got some hair curls. Put some more in there because everybody likes hair curls, right? How's it looking? It's getting a little busy. Hopefully, luckily Sugarton here, like I said before, I'm a massive fan of her character designs, and she does something that I'm trying to get better at personally, and she might not be instinctively doing this. It might just be what's a good, like a younger artist mindset or something. I don't know if that's even the right one, because like I see it when I look at the old comics, like, as I've been telling you guys over and over again, like Jack Kirby stuff. It's not necessarily that just the designs are simple on them, but the color choices, like just pick 3 colors and go. And why I like that, especially with something like this, where you get like all this complicated stuff where characters are over top of other characters. When this character's just blue and you slap blue down, the other character's red, all the work's done. It clears itself up. That's one of the reasons I've. Man, why is my line so shaky? I don't know if it's my computer. Like, I'm noticing that it's a little bit shaky to it. Give me 1 second here. Where are we going here? Edit. Preferences. Where are you at? File. See, I knew there was something going on. Okay. All right. This is the best part. Okay, I got to open up my Windows. I don't know if it's just because this thing is so old or it's the computer. So I open up services and I go down here. I press W to Wacom. We're going to reset those drivers. Watch it, because I'm streaming. It won't. It won't fix. It's all file preferences tab. It's like I have to switch back and forth between these two. There we go. Do I not have stabilization? Oh, that's probably why. Here, I normally don't like to mess with stabilization. It pisses me off more than other things, but sometimes, especially when we get into the inking, it works a little bit better. There we go. That's a little better. Anyway, yeah. So those clear character designs just make things pop so much easier. And it's hard, man. Like, I fight that stuff. I'm trying to get better with it. It's sort of like, again, when I'm doing this style here, there's a lot of fighting going on because I feel like I have to not forget, but dismiss a lot of what I had already studied for years of anatomy and stuff. So, like, I have rule sets in my brain that are telling me, like, a shoulder or a bicep goes this way. And then when I'm drawing on it, or I draw it, like, in this way, in this style, where it's like, I'm just throwing shapes down, it's this mind screw, man. But anyway, so the character designs, it's very similar. I want to add in, like, a whole bunch of different, maybe, like, shades of certain things, but at the end of the day, once big clear shapes of color, it's just, I don't know, it's working so much better for me anyway. Redacted computer, do you have an assistant gerbil, one that finds you tools and makes you coffee? I do not. I have a 2-year-old son. I might be able to turn him into that. No, I don't. My house is small enough where I don't need that. Maybe if I get a bigger house. Yes, this is a 21 UX. The old stuff. Oh, I should say too, to just talk about this Cintiq, some more reasons why I went this route, is I was doing some research, because, the 12 WX that I had, I'll just call it the Cintiq 12, okay? The one that I had, it was more than doing the job. I just thought it would be nice to have more space. So I was looking online to see like the newer stuff, and I was like this close to picking up like one of the newer ones. This would have been years ago, so I don't even know what those models would be. And what I started noticing were the complaints people had of this model were like the color's off. It's not widescreen. You can only get it so bright. And I was looking at it and I was reading those things and I'm like, yeah, those things do suck. It'd be nice to have those options. But then when I was just thinking about it more and more, I'm like, but hold on. What you're seeing right now here, like there's buttons on the side, like any Cintiq, right? Like this stuff, when I bought this was pretty much all I was doing, black and white artwork. So all I was worried about was, does the tool allow me to do black and white artwork? And everything I saw and I found, everybody was saying like, this is fine. They weren't worried about that. The complaints are coming from artists that paint and stuff like that. I mean, I do color this, but I don't paint. So I was like, I'm just gonna take the gamble. The 12-inch one that I had was more than fine, and then this one, now that I've had it, I'm like, yeah, it's if you do comic book work, it's fine. If you color, have a second monitor. But I think this thing is more than fine. Try to find the box for my tablet. Can't find it. No problem. But for a description, it's like half the size of the one you got me, so it's pretty tiny comparison. But you like it just as fine? It's got a nice screen on it. Does she have a costume that I just forgot to draw her in? Oh, I see what I did there. Okay, got it. I'm like, her costume is simple. I thought I forgot like a pattern or something. So what we're gonna do is when we get into the coloring of this, we're gonna put in some not special effects, but like some glows and all that. So I don't want to go too nuts. Oh, what is going on here? So I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna put Alexander. Hey, Sugarton, how do you feel about the eyes being open like this and getting like some fire energy coming out of them? To me, it's a superhero vibe, but you let me know if you want. I'll put the pupils in there. Redacted computer. I have a 24 Pro and a 21 UX second gen. Screen died. Okay, this might actually think it is a second gen too. We'll see, or maybe it's not. I don't know. I've been lucky so far. I mean, now that I'm working from home too, this thing is really getting some mileage on it. So we'll see what happens if this thing dies out. Oh yeah, the purple one has a vertical eyeball on it. She does? I forget. So she's got 3 eyes? Horizontal, vertical. Wrong. I was doing it wrong. Yeah, you can. Okay, sweet. Actually, you know what I'll do for this one? I don't know if this. I'll put an eyeball here just so it's not. Put an eyeball there, and then these ones will keep nice and fire. Hey, buddy. Lenny, I actually have my own comic. I put out the first issue in Comixology. I got some great reviews. Unfortunately, I lost all the files. Ugh, that is gross. It was really heartbreaking to lose all that info, but I was thinking about starting a channel. Oh, I mean, no, there's no spam in this thing. Like, you're definitely not spamming, I'll tell you that. Um, I'm only laughing because of how brutal that is. I mean, if you want to have a channel, I do it, man. And then even just talking about that, it's a pretty good story. Also, I look at it this way too. There's been a lot of video content that people consume, right? Always look at yourself. Like, what is it that you like to do? Most people are like on YouTube. Not that you have a channel, but you watch it, right? In some way, or Twitch or Netflix or something, video, right? Facebook if you're on there. And it's good to be as many places as you can be because you don't know where people are, right? So my audience, most people found me through YouTube, not even necessarily from the work that I was doing, and I don't mean this in a slightful way or anything because I'm grateful for all this stuff, but my YouTube audience doesn't translate into making me money, right? So like I've had comics, I've had prints. I think some of them. I haven't even watched them in a while, but like right now I'm looking at the video and it's like it's telling you stuff to check out on my Patreon and stuff like that. I think it talks about Etsy. I could be wrong. I sell mostly chibis on there too, so I get why it'd be different than what you guys might be used to. But it's just different content and different viewers and people that'll like your stuff in different places you'll go, right? Like you might find Instagram will get you people more interested in spending money if that's what you're pursuing. But it's different things wherever you go. So it's good to be as many places as you can. But don't burn yourself out trying to be everywhere. Try to be everywhere, or whatever works for you. You'll find some that stick out. But a lot of this stuff does take time, you know? You're not just going to pop somewhere unless you get like the rare chance of being like early somewhere. Like let's say if you were on TikTok or something as it came out. I've had some artist friends that have blown up on there that have been around for like years, and they weren't able to, get much traction anywhere else, but on there they got a massive following. As much as you might hate the platform, I'm not a fan, but you gotta go where people are. And it's different to go on a platform like that and just create content and leave and not participate in the crap that's on there. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't show for some reason, but the eye color is yellow. Okay, I'll do my best to get that in there. These energy veins are going to be interesting. Let's see what we can get on here for that. I see. I don't want to go nuts with the texture in there. It's just there's a lot of white space. When you look over here, there's a lot of like cool stuff going on. Maybe it's good. Maybe once we get into the color, this will give us some areas to play with stuff. We'll just keep going here. I don't want to overthink it. Just ink it. Ink it. Because we're going to color this up soon. Yeah, no problem, Lenny. Thanks for the question. And God bless whichever decision you make. Whatever decision, Jesus, I can't speak. Whatever decision you make is the right one. So you'll be fine. All right, so this villain in the background. So he's got black. We're not gonna make the mask black. We might make it like a dark red or something. Like you'll see, it'll be like a desaturated red. It'll look like black, but it won't be black. That'll give us room to add shadow to the shape. Just wondering. Yeah, okay. Just wondering what kind of shadows to add here, but I think we'll just stick with the line art. So the stuff we're going to be working on after this, because what time is it right now? 10. I should be able to get the coloring done. The trick here is there's a lot of different characters, right? I'm gonna start telling you guys stuff you already know, but uh, the flats usually take a while. I don't treat flats with the respect that I've seen other people treat them. I just slap in color. So sometimes there'll be little gaps of white. For me, once I get my effects in there and stuff, I don't care because you can't even see it when it gets printed or even when it gets shrunk down on web. So there's some shortcuts that help me speed that along. And then the real time sync, other than that, is the shadows because you know but I do them simple too. So anyway, what I'm hoping to do is this should be done if I'm lucky, right? Like, because I'm about to finish this inking. So we'll say it's 10 o'clock, and then 11 o'clock should, maybe 11:30 at most, and then we should be clean. This should be wrapped up. And then once we finish this, we're gonna work on Galaxies in Peril, which is this stuff. We got a couple of these little half pagers to do. They go pretty quick. I've already done some of the heavy lifting on them, so you'll see what I mean if you're still here. What I mean by heavy lifting, they still got to get drawn and colored. They take a little bit of time. It's different if it was just characters, but these are like scenes, so they take a little bit of time. Okay, so I think this puppy's all inked up, ready to go. I always like doing this. This is more for me. Just turning the inks on and off. Just seeing how different a picture can get with some of that on there. Cool. Okay, I'll save that up. X-Men 2 Clone Wars. The hell's X-Men 2 Clone Wars? I'm missing something on that. Okay, so I duplicate it all. Make a brand new layer above it. And then I know you guys can't see this. So I'm just merging it. Get rid of the white. Put it in a group. Call that color. And let me open Discord here to see that reference you sent, Sugarton. I didn't get any reference. Just I remade the first Avenger before I even saw it. That's funny. Okay, Sugarton, I didn't get that reference if you'd sent it. Or if you're still looking for it. Okay, so the refs I made don't show it. Okay, got it. But the eye color is yellow. Okay, now I understand what you're saying. Now I am part of what the hell you were talking about. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a little extra tech. Here, let me bring this over so you guys can see that. All the layers. Is that showing up for you? Perfect. Okay. So this is one of the things I do miss, but when I was talking about the speed of working in this workflow, what you can do is so I have all my, this is just my inks, right? Before I do that, let me just quickly back up to one of the other ones she did that I did for her. I want to see if I colored the line art. I may have. So turn all this off. Boom, boom. Inks, colors. I didn't. Okay, cool. Well, I think I might do it with this one. We'll go like a blue, maybe like a dark blue. And I'm going to just... We'll see how it looks. We'll see. So I'll make a new layer underneath there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my lines. And if I turn this off, just so you guys can see what the hell I'm doing here. So we'll get like this character that's in the front. This one. And if you guys remember, there's a contour layer we made, right? And what this does is, watch that thick black line against around this guy in the gun, right? Like I can make it, boom, just thick. Like the whole point is I can make it, it's just a quick way to get to inking, okay? Doesn't matter. If I hold control and click that layer, we're going to get those, I always call them marching ants. That's how old Photoshop tutorials were back in the day when I was doing them. So we're gonna go there, and then I'm gonna go select, expand the selection by like I'm just gonna put 2, just to see how that looks, and I'm just gonna fill it with a color. Yeah, let's go a little lighter so I can see. And boom, good stuff. And then I'm just gonna go in to make sure, because sometimes when you ink over stuff and blah blah blah. You'll see artifacting or lines getting spilled. But why I like this and why I'm trying to show you guys this, and one of the reasons why like this workflow, I've been doing it for so long now that it's just so much faster for me, is again because I've been doing this for a while. But the cool thing about this workflow is it's like I feel like I can always go back to previous steps to pull back to speed up future steps. Is that some mind F? Here, the style is so simple, I feel like I don't necessarily need that because we don't really work in that same way. But this is one of those things that I do miss from working this way. So I'm going to do this for each character, and it could get a little messy. But let's check it out. Okay, we're going to turn that on. And okay, so this guy is done. Who do we have next? Okay, that I don't even know what layer that one was. What is this one? That's this guy. So I'm going to go down and we're going to select him. Okay, and then we'll go back up, make a new layer underneath, select, expand selected area, and then I'm just going to randomly pick another color. And like I said, I'm going to do this for all of them, and then I'm going to go back and adjust them because I definitely know there will be adjustments that will be needed. Man, I got the sniffles today. I'm like congested as crap today. And then we got this dude in the background. What color haven't we picked yet? I know we got blue and screw it. We'll just do like an orange. Cool. Okay, so I think yeah, we're pretty much done here. Okay, I'll show you what we're going to do going forward because I don't want to jump back around. How's it going, Nimrod? Welcome, brother. So now that I have these shapes, right, like this guy, he's not going to be blue. So the shape or the color doesn't matter. It's the shape is all that I want. So when I make a new layer above it, you can go up to here. Is it this one? No, it's this little button here called Clip to Layer Below. Or you can hold... That's Photoshop. Okay, well, it's one of them. But here you can just click that, and it's going to make this little red line. What that does is, now when I color, right, or fill in a shape, it's never going to go outside the blue. One sec. Okay. What the hell was I saying? Okay, I think what we were talking about was, yeah, okay, so we're making clipping masks. That's the whole point of these shapes here, so that we can film with any color. You'll see as we go, but I can't leave this layer thing here. So I was, just to show you guys, let's bring that back. Okay, now I'm just going to go through each one of these and make sure everything's selected that needs to be. So like on this guy down here, we don't need this stuff.
Love you, Bella.
Go. Actually, I wonder if she's over top. No. Okay, we'll go there. I'm just going to turn her off there because I can't see what the hell's going on. Wait, what the hell? I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, something's changed. Maybe I pressed some stuff when I got up. Here, let me back up here. I can't see what's going on. See how everything's like shifted? Just give me a second here, guys. There we go. What the hell happened? Move, erase, or fill. Okay, I guess we had moved it at some point. I was wondering why things were looking all out of whack. That didn't make any sense. Okay. Wow. Alright, let's try to fix this up here. Okay, so we're not going to need that. We're not going to need that shape. Everything else checks out on this guy. Except right here, you can see, this is what I'm talking about, where it's like I added something while we were drawing. Okay, so we got that. Oops, let me get this out of the way so I can see you guys. Cool. Alright, so we got that. Then you see all here, this is what I'm talking about. We don't want this. You see there's like some peach around all this stuff. We can clean that up. And do we want that down there? Yeah, we'll keep that there. Cleaning up like this, I'd rather do than completely fill in a character, right? So it's like, sometimes this is super clean, like you saw in the blue guy, where it just did exactly what I needed it to do. And then sometimes you'll get stuff like this, where it's you just need to do a little bit of cleanup. It's really not a big deal. Okay, so we got him, and then next we're going to get the green chick. I think, what did we block in? I know she's got hair that goes all the way down here, so I think we're going to leave that in. I think what I'll do is I'll get rid of it down here, because we can get some background color going on. Okay, we'll go there. And then this is what I'm talking about. See, so what I had done here, this will happen if you're doing a workflow similar to mine, where it's I ink in white. So instead of erasing lines when I'm coloring, I'll just paint in white. We can just clean that up like that. I think we're good. We'll go to this chick here and we'll see. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Now, the fire ability she has, I think I'm going to put that on a separate layer. Just lets me have a little bit more flexibility when it comes to effects work and stuff. Because really, it's the only effects work that we got going on in this image here. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, cool. So we got all that, and then so what I'll do is I'll put a layer beneath her. I'll just make it like this blazing red for now, just so that it's easy to see. And I'll end up figuring out what color we're going to use for some of this stuff, like what shade of this or that. Color flats. Go. Oh, interesting. What the hell happened here? All that's... Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. That's why. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm like, why is there all these white gaps? That's what it's supposed to look like. There we go. Now I'm looking at the right stuff. I really like how this fire turned out. I hope once we get in there and we start adding, actual color in here, it'll really pop. Because I think, I could be wrong, but Sugarton is the fire. It's not red, right? It's a purple flame, correct? Then we get this peach dude back here. Let's make sure all his stuff is filled in. Cool. Okay, and then the last step here is I just make a full layer, just gray, just to put a background in there. We can figure out that background later. Usually, sometimes, well, not. That's funny how I say usually and then go sometimes. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll have it be like a color in the background. Do that first, like that sets the tone. Like, is it daytime, nighttime? And it probably works better in a gigantic scene like this. But what I think I'll do is I'm going to get all the colors in first, add the shadow, then we could start to pull and feel what's going to go on here. Like, one thing for sure is this dude in the back, he's not going to be this black or this bluish color that we picked. I'm going to push him a little bit further because he's supposed to be, you guys have all seen those pinups and stuff before, right? Same as our hair? Okay, thank you. You guys have seen those images before where it's like whatever villains in the background looking over them, you kind of, the line art fades a bit, so it looks like they're pushed further behind all the other characters. That's what we're gonna do with that. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this guy. I'm gonna use our reference here. So this is what this guy looks like. So I'm gonna bring him over here. So he's got this blue. I'm just gonna pull the colors that she used. I'll see how they harmonize. Maybe they don't jive with what I have in my mind of what I think looks good. Not that that matters too much here, but so we're going to fill it in. So you can see he's very saturated. One thing I don't like about this overlay I have is I can't show you guys all this stuff unless I'm dragging windows. That might be something I'll add to my list. It's like maybe to switch this stuff so you guys can. Do you guys care to see my layers and stuff and brushes I'm using? You let me know. Because if you guys like seeing that stuff, then I'll make some effort to switch this. So all of this crap, the layers and color wheel is on the left. Or leave it here. I'll put all the advertisements on the left. I'll figure it out if that's something you care about. Anyway, okay, so we go here. Let's. I'm gonna color sample again what she had, and we're just gonna paint this guy's face in. There we go. All right. What else? What else? What else? Go here. I think it all checks out. Get a little hair up there. Now, I think that's it for flesh. So we're going to make another layer, go down, and then we're going to get this brown. So there's a lot of saturated colors here. And I know I had just said I'm a big fan of saturation. But we'll see how this comes out. If I use the colors that she gave me, the reason I'm saying this is because the same works for clients. Sometimes you guys might find yourself in a situation like I get into, where other people design characters and you have to draw them in pinups or covers and stuff, and there's different styles for everybody, right? Some people like certain colors, like a certain brown that might have been used, and some people don't, and it depends on like what you're trying to do. So to me, I like to try to keep it as close as I can, if not totally the same. But there's some decisions I might make that are a little bit different. So like, here's an example. So she has this guy's eyes. If I click there, it's perfectly white. I don't like going full white. I feel like when I use full white or full black, it prevents me from going further white or further black. So instead of going white, bring it down a bit, right? Here, I'll show you guys here. So instead of going full white for eyes, I like warm eyes. This is what you'll normally see. So instead of going white, you could actually come over here and kind of go like a yellow, and it'll still, or it should anyway, it should still look like it's white. Let me just see over here. Like, it looks like it's white, and this lets me add shadows and highlights to this color. It doesn't lock me into, it is pretty close to being white, so you might not notice it as much. But this is just something I like to do. So this is what I'm talking about. This is an example of something I would do to just sort of go, you know what, I'm going to pick a different color. And it's not that the color that was picked was wrong. Use white for your eyes if you want. Do what you want to do. I'm just trying to explain why I'm doing it a certain way. So again, I'm not going to look over here for like the tongue and all that. I'll just pick what I want. I'll do what I want. Okay, so I'm going to pick skin color. We're going to go a little darker here for the gums. How's that look? Yeah, that works. Get some gum action up here. darker, bring it down to red. Like that, and then we'll go more red, and I'm just going to saturate that red a little bit just for the tongue. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll see when we get there. And then I'm going to go back to this and go even darker so we can get the trout. You like to see my workstation? Okay. If I could pull this camera out just so you guys could see what I'm working in. I don't know if it would blow your minds. I'm not trying to blow people's minds. But it's like I'm literally in a corner here. If you can see, I don't want to move my camera because it's not even securely really on. But this is as far as I can move back. That's it. And then I'm hitting a filing cabinet, which is next to a shelf. So this is my room right here. I have to slide all the way this way to get out. I'm literally in a corner. I'm on a desk in a corner. That's why there's this wall. I don't really have a lot of room. It's not that comfortable. It sucks. I try not to think about it, to be honest with you. It just lets me just focus on drawing. What did I say? I wanted to get this done by 11? Whew! I'm going to speed this up. Alright, now I don't think I want to keep his hair and his eye color the same. I think I'll change them a little bit. I'm just going to lighten them a bit. I just want to see how they look. Yeah, that way it doesn't just blend in so much. Okay, we're going to go here. We're going to give him his gray shirt, which will look good. And then he's got darker for his pants. See what she's doing here. It's kind of getting close to that danger zone of black. Once you go black, it's hard to see shadows and stuff like that. So, and he's got like this trench coat, so I want to keep it open a little bit there too. Super nifty setup, my man. Okay, so go here, and then we're gonna pick like this navy color. And we're gonna put all of our effects on there after. So we'll lock it all in. There we go. I think that's it for color. I don't think I'm missing anything. I didn't purposely left out the boots and stuff like that to save on detail. The gun, obviously, we got to do. Oh, right here. The rest of the hand. Okay, and then we're going to get this. So it's like this bright blue there, and then some cracks. Okay, I think I added some more. We'll see. Going here. Whoops. Maybe I didn't. No, we didn't. Okay, cool. All right, now this gun. I know I grabbed reference before, right? Because we drew right over top of it. There it is. Duplicate it. Come on. Come on, Clip Studio. There we go. Okay, so now I know this isn't the right color. I punched up all the levels so I could actually see the line art, but I'm just going to sample like this yellowish gray here. And then we could start fiddling with all the other details. So I'm going to put this layer beneath the dark blue so I can get a little sloppy here. I'll show you what I mean. So I like to use, there's a tool here in Clip Studio. I'll bring this over. The subtool. Under Direct Draw, it's this lasso fill. What you do is you just make a selection. As soon as you let go, it like fills it. So this makes it so much quicker, and especially if I have my layers in the right way, I can just go like that, and it fills it in directly, which is what you want. Speed, 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 speed. Because I don't know about you guys, but who here doesn't get bored with drawing? Do you guys just have so much fun with drawing that like everything all the time is just so much fun. You guys are lucky if you are. But I get bored with drawing, man. I can't spend so much time on a piece where it's just like, ugh. It's like I got to get in, get out, get this stuff fast, fast, fast. I hate spending so much time. I hate when it's been like 2 days and I'm just like, I can't, man, I'm just burnt out. I need something else to draw. I dread coming to work. I dread coming back and I'm like, okay, it's still here. It's nothing new. So I try to just go fast, fast, fast. And that does mean that there's some definite costs to working that way. Like your art will only have a certain quality to it. Anyway, what's that? Fun fact, his gauntlets are there to make sure he literally can never miss a shot when using guns and they're aimed right at the target. That's what I like. That's pure comics right there, my friends. That's the kind of idea that you only get away with. I guess in animation you could get away with that too, right? But it just sounds. Oh, what the hell? It just sounds like something appropriate for comics. It's comics approved. Sugarton saying, I think when I really get into the zone, I could sit there for hours and hours drawing and not notice. Man, I'm envious of you. Maybe I had that like when I was younger, but I haven't experienced that in so long. I'm like always staring at the clock. You want to know when you're not meant to be an actual artist, like full time, is when you look at the clock and you're like, how much longer do I have to do this for? Till I can do what I really want to do. How bad is that? And I hope that that probably makes me sound super ungrateful, doesn't it? Ugh. I don't want to be that art douchebag. Okay, so I'm just picking like 3 colors here. I don't want to render out a gun. I'm talking about being lazy, right? So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to pick 3 colors. So there's this base color, and then right now I've got like a darker color, and then I'm going to pick like a lighter gray, and then we're going to just put that places. We'll see how it looks. It just makes it feel in my mind that there's more detail going on here. Like all these like simple lines, when you start slapping in color like this, it just makes it feel like there's more detail when there really isn't. What did I forget here? This right here. This is no good. That's the triggers. We want that. There we go. Like my dad will find me up past 2 a.m. sometimes and he's just like, what the hell are you doing? And you're drawing? The good old days. So I think I'm going to go here. I'm going to pick that same. No, I'm going to go the opposite way here. We're going to make it a little warmer and bring in some gray. We'll see how this looks. Yeah, works for me. I'm hoping the illusion's working on you guys too. Like, this looks way more detailed than it really is just because there's extra color being thrown in. Or maybe I'm just blowing smoke up my ass. Cool. What about this big? Yeah, I like that. I'll get some in here too. Cool. Okay. Let's get this giant gun off his face. Okay, so this guy is done. I'm just going to save that up. Next up, we've got one of the funner designs that I dig anyway. Not that any of these are bad. It's like this ninja dude. I just like ninjas. Who doesn't like ninjas? All right, I'm going to pick. So this is like a darker gray. This is gonna. This might be all right. Let me see how dark that is. Huh. Okay. Everdread is saying, I feel like there's never enough hours in the day when I get into the groove. Man, you guys are making me sad. What happened to me? What happened to my passion? My love. I do remember, like, definitely when I was younger, when I was learning anatomy, or maybe just maybe it's just I don't know what it is. I'll try to justify why, but it's like, yeah, I haven't. I sometimes get that pull, maybe because I'm not drawing my own stuff as much, but like rarely where I'm just like, I can't wait to sit down and draw today. So gray, gray. Where else is this gray? And then his sword is cool colors. All right, I'm gonna get this gray. Actually, it's probably like a lighter color. What else am I missing here? I don't think nothing else is light like that. Okay, well, this guy's easy. Let's get this gray. He used to be based off of V from Devil May Cry 5. That was the intention, at least, which is why he's a demon companion. Got it. I haven't played it. I know you and your dad played it, right? Is that what you guys were saying last time? Man, okay, you know what's tricky here? What's tricky here is the way I've drawn this dude. There's not a lot of places for variation of the shade of gray. So I might have to take some liberties here. We'll see. Let's get his skin in here so that breaks that up a bit. Is that it? Oh, and then his fingers. Oh, I screwed that up. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's go here. Let's get our inking back. And let's cut out some finger holes. So we need finger holes. Where are you, buddy? Right here. Get that back. Color flats. There we go. Okay, so we got some finger holes there. And yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to put some in here too, just to separate the eye patch a bit. Kind of. We are in the shit now, my friends. We don't have enough color variation going on. Alright, and then you've got like this super dark hair color, which makes sense. Okay, we're going to do some creative things here. Let me see. I'm going to call them creative. We'll see if they are. So I've got this, which is pretty dark. I'm going to go into the blue. I'm going to drag it over a bit. I just want to see if... Yeah, okay, that changes it. You might not be able to see it on the stream here, but... it's there. Okay, so we're going there. I know that red's really gonna pop. What about his gauntlets? What do we do for the gauntlets? I gave him gauntlets and he doesn't have gauntlets. Okay, so so then what I'll do is I'm going to put some more of that in there like that. Actually, you know what? I think this would be a good time to bring in that lighter gray. We want to go lighter here, not darker, because some of this guy's gonna get totally lost. So what this is telling me here, just a little pro tip, is okay. So we've got like this guy that's super dark down here, right? Like there's a lot of dark down here. Normally when you do backgrounds, or when I do backgrounds, it's like wherever the sun is, right? So it's like light up at the top and then we get darker at the bottom. I'm going to switch that. We got fire at the top, so this is just natural here. Fire, so it's going to be a lighter background, and then down here we'll go lighter. Kind of like where you see where the gray is, that way. That way this guy, he's clear. If I went dark down there, that guy's just going to get absolutely lost. The heart can be made into dark brown if you want. Okay, I'll try. The hard part here that I'm finding is like the gray that we already have is here. If I you can't even see it, but it's already in the brown, so it's tough. Let me see. Maybe it'll. It's such a hard. It's so hard to. Maybe once we get into the. This is just a problem. Maybe I don't know if it's just what I'm doing. I'll assume it's what I'm doing, but at the same time, it's like when characters get too dark, you lose. But it's ninjas, right? So like ninjas are dark. It's tough. It's tough. It just when we work with dark characters, it makes it so. And it's not necessarily your fault for this. Right? If you figured it out, you figured it out. If you're doing bright backgrounds, or it's how you draw them, right? Like in the positions they are and stuff, you can get around a lot of this, probably. But it's like when you start using a lot of this, like similar colors, it's hard to get positions, and certain poses work better than other poses. No, I'm saying. But it became more seldom the daily job. Oh, sorry. Everdread is still talking about not having enough hours in a day, but it becomes more seldom. The daily job takes a ton out. Working in a creative field makes it really tough to want to come home and draw my own stuff. But when it kicks on, watch out. It's like you're doing the Groomsman Commission all over again, except it's yeah, I know. it never gets better, right? There's always something. Okay, so we've got this awesome, very bright red, super saturated red. Now, what I'm going to do, this is where I'm going to take a little bit of a liberty here, because red is a hard color to work with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down into like a purplish red. Well, not even purplish red, but like a magenta red. I don't know if you guys can see it. It should still look like it's very bright because of the dark background, but this is going to let us really have fun with this lighting effect that's going on here with these characters. And I know I had already said this. My intention here was not to get these guys looking like exactly how they were in the reference. It's almost like he's summoning them. At least that's my excuse. So we're going to go here. Maybe this will help some of the issues I'm having with the... with everything being a little dark. So what this lets me do is... Actually, let's go a little darker here. I will be changing these colors. They're not going to stay this way. But we can go a little darker back here, and this can bleed into this effect. Bleed in. All right. And you could also bring in darker colors here. Something like that. And now I can kind of go into the deep red. Sort of. This will probably look a lot better when it's like more tinted towards yellow. But we'll see. I just want to have a place in there for it. Okay, and then let's get this sword. So we've got, again, this red color. And a yellow hilt. We'll put some yellow in there too. And did we go white? Yeah, we went white. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it's like a light gray. Maybe not. We're going to go into the blue because I want that sword to be cold, but I don't want it to be white. Again, this is like an effect thing. I want to be able to have some flexibility to make it shine, but it'll still look pretty bright. There we go. Okay, so let's turn this guy off. Cool. Okay, that guy's done. Now we go into this chick here. Now this one's going to be interesting because, like, I know I just said I don't want to use white, but she has a lot of white on her costume, so it might make more sense for her. Oh, we got a bajillion layers. I love it. Okay, where is she? Here? Yep. Okay, so I'm going to pick this teal color. Again, it's pure saturation. I'm going to just pull this down a little bit. So she should feel the same, but it's a little different. It'll let me be able to go up into a more saturated. Actually, you know what? Let's just try what she had. See it. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it down just a little bit because if she's got white competing with that, so I'm not going to use white. I'm going to use something that's very similar to white. We'll see how it looks. See, like that should be white. It's not, but it's close. Okay, so that's white. And there. So the gloves are all white. She's got that cool gradient for the hair. You have to figure out how we're going to do that. Get the flower. Okay. Let's get her skin in here. I think her eyes are teal too. Okay, so I'm going to sample that. So I'm going to make the eyes just a little darker. So again, it's not the same color as the costume. And what color lipstick? None? Okay, so I think, the blue lipstick might work. I want to keep with the blue theme. Maybe we'll go down a little bit more. Let's see. Something like that. Sniffle, sniffle, sniffle. Okay, and then we're going to use the brown. Like I said, I'll figure out the hair once we get a little bit closer to working on that. Like that gradient in the hair. The eyes are green just like my... Okay. We will fix that in a second. Oh, this is you as a character? Okay. If that's the case, then yeah, we'll pull the lips. Maybe what I'll do though is I'm just going to bring the lips just a little darker. Generally, I don't know. For me, it looks a little bit better on women to have the just a little darker on the lips. Dudes, it's like you don't really draw lips too much. I don't know. What else we got here? Okay, so we got to do the horns, and then I think, and then the ribbons. Les ribbons. Okay, so the horns, the only issue I got with them is we're using a skin color too. So I think I'll just use this peach color that you had. And then I'll even go darker from that. Just so that it's a little easier to see. Maybe something like that. That's why you're... Okay. Now I'm catching on. I'm like too stupid to notice some of these things. I'm just drawing, right? So it's like I can't put it together. Cannot compute. Hopefully I will not forget about the hair gradient before we get into coloring. Okay, so we got white on the outside, and then it goes like a teal on the inside. Cool. This will help us break up some of these shapes too, which is good. That goes there. And I think what I'm going to do is... go that way with it. Cool. Okay, I think she's done. Save that up. Hey John, I am not receiving updates via YouTube. Any chance you could shout when the next live wire? See, that's, dude, you know what's weird? I've even I've made a separate account to follow my own stuff just so I could see what you guys would be seeing. I don't get notifications for any of this stuff. Haven't noticed anything being turned off. But I've also noticed on Facebook a lot of things don't get views, and this could just be the content or people are just bored with me and stuff. Absolutely. But the viewership has gone way down and stuff. And from what I was reading, it's because I turned monetization off because I wasn't seeing any kind of money from YouTube, so there's no point. But I turned it back on just to see, and nothing really's changed. I'm not getting notifications when I make posts, when things come up. Maybe a setting had been turned off, so I'll try to check it out. But to specifically answer your question, I try not to commit to anything for you guys. It's just very difficult to make sure I've got a specific time locked down because of family stuff. But I'm trying to stream every other Friday. So it won't be next Friday, but the Friday after that, around this time. I have that off from work. So what I do is I do all my commission work on that Friday that I wasn't able to do throughout the week. So it's usually a full day of work, but I don't stream all of it. Sometimes I will. Depends what's going on at home. But yeah. But yeah, I posted on Facebook and Twitter if you guys are following me there. Twitter, I hate Twitter with a passion, but I just post stuff on there. I try not to engage with people too much. It's just that Twitter is like a whole cancer thing for me. I just don't. It's just all over. It's always fighting and shit. But if you're interested in following me there, you will get notifications. I don't know if that makes it easier or not. Facebook, I try to post on my main account plus my art account. Other than that, I don't know what else I could do. Sorry about that. The bell fails me time and time again. No problem, man. Yep. Oh yeah, some subscriptions on YouTube are different. I think that's like Twitch's sort of thing. I don't have any of that activated. I don't think I ever will. I don't know. Okay, let's get this chick going. All right, so this one's gonna be a little bit difficult because there's some special effects going on. Hey, let me shrink her up here. We don't need her this big anymore. All right, so again, she's white. So we're going to like a lot of white in that costume. So what I'm gonna do is, but she's got a lot of purples. So the opposite of purple's green. Definitely want to go. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go green, but I'm going to make it just a little off green. I just want to see. So it looks still white, but I'm hoping because of all the purple, it's going to make it look even more white. I know that sounds bonker town, but we'll see. We'll see if it works. She's black, so we're going to pick that. All right, let's do it. She's got this cool arm fashion thing. I have no fashion, so I have no idea what the hell this is. Looks like a cool looking glove. Okay, that's it. She gives me like She-Ra vibes. I like it. The yellow. Yeah, it's good yellow. Use that. All right. And then I'm just going to steal your gemstone colors because they look good. Boom. Instant gemstone. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, and then we're going to get into the wings. Okay, so I actually don't mind this hot magenta color. This hot magenta. That was gross. Hot magenta color. Let's slap it in here and see how it looks. Let's go on and see how it looks. I don't like that. Yeah. All right. And then what I'm doing is I'm just color sampling from the colors that you already put in the gemstone. So something I don't like, it's not the, well, I guess it's a color problem. It's not necessarily a color problem you did. It's how I've done it. Oops. I'll show you what I don't like here. Right here, you see how her fist has got that white at the top? And then her clothes. So when I go with shadow, I'll probably put shadow like over here, just to make sure that that side pops. Okay, I think this works. Yeah, he makes a post on Facebook. Okay, sorry. Yep. The one you're drawing now is my friend you met. Oh, what was her name again? I'm awful with names, man. I remember her face, but I don't remember her name. You'll tell me her name again. She'll tell me her name when I see her again, and I'll just forget. Awful human being. Okay, well, do you think she wears makeup? Does she got the lipstick? She got a lipstick? Is it Kiana? Is that her name? Did I actually remember it? Or am I just making stuff up? Alright, we'll go in here. Okay, so you said the eye is yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just make... I know I was just talking about making the eyes like the fire, but I'm going to make them yellow too. I think that it'll still look good. Kiana. Yeah. Got it. Ah, good job, brain. Yeah, something like that. How's that looking over here? Yeah. She doesn't wear any either? Awesome. Okay, so then I'm going to pick the skin color, and we're just going to darken it a bit. Just to make the... I mean, it might look like lipstick, but it's not the intent. So she got like this... Okay, so this is where I got to really think about this here. Hold on. She doesn't wear makeup, so she's got the long nails, but she's not going to have nail polish. Cool. Okay, so purplish pink. Turn this off. I can't look at it. It's influencing me. So purple and pink, I know we got the colors down here for the wings. I don't want to use those colors. or I'm going to try not to use those colors. Sometimes it's a little difficult to, just use similar colors that aren't there. And then we got all this fiery energy action. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to go and see how this works out. I'm going to go to, here, I'll bring this out so you guys can see what I'm talking about. These are the colors that I use for all the comic stuff that I do, like this stuff, the retro feel. I'm going to pull some of these colors, and if I'm lucky, they're different than what we already have. I'm hoping so. So I'm going to start with some dark color first, because this will let me sort of add highlights to it. And you'll see what I'm saying. Okay, cool. This works. How does that look over there? Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm going to pull in. Is it all that? No. Where's the red? This one. Cool. And then now we can just start ramping up. So here, let me bring this down so you guys can see what I'm doing. So we've got this color. So what I'm looking for are things that are going up this way, but also going up here. It's going to make it more bright, right? So like this will be a small change, but it still looks good. But we need to go higher. We need to go like this direction, where things really start getting punched up. Okay, so I'm going to start with her fist here. Get the cool fire action. I'm just a big fan of like energy powers and stuff. The only reason is it like just you can make the art look cool. Right, so give her like a little ball energy, and then I know I definitely wanted to have the energy shooting out like that, but we're also going to dress it up just a skimmage. I want to make sure there's enough room in there because we're going to add one more layer of highlights for sure. I don't like going more than 3. It can get a little busy. So like that. Do you guys ever think of sound effects that certain things would make? Like, I know this is fire-esque, but like, what's the energy sound? If this was like a cartoon or a movie or something, what would that sound like? Probably sound like a nut job over here. Okay, cool. Okay, so there's no going back because I screwed that up. Okay, so we'll go there, and then I think how's this gonna look if we go pink, or if we go very close to white? This might be kind of cool. Nah, she's got white on her hands here too much. Okay, so maybe we just go, what about this pink? Yeah, I think we go like a hot pink here. Okay, so this one, just gonna dress it up a little bit, and just kind of sprinkle this one in. I don't want to go nuts. But just this is supposed to be like, the pure heat or the hottest part of that energy. This is really where your eye is going to go. So you gotta be careful. Something like that. Okay, and then there's a color up here. I'm going to change that in a second. I'm just trying to make sure I got everything that we need here. Okay, so let's work on her hair. And then I'm just going to color sample stuff we already had. The tricky part here is trying to figure out where do I want the heat, like in the center of her face, or to be at the edges here. Let's sort of just see how this goes. Maybe something like that. And then we'll go a little brighter. Oh, that's... you know what? I might actually go and use this one. Let's put it in. We can always change the color, but I might go with this one because it's brighter than the hand highlight we're using, and it might make you just look at her face just a little bit. Give it a little bit more attention. I'm starting to wonder if this is actually feeling like fire, or if it's feeling more like it's just like plasma energy or something. That's fine. Okay, we'll go down here. Where was the background, John? No, that's the wrong one. This one. Make a new layer. Okay, so we got purple. Where's my color wheel? Opposite of purple is green again. So maybe we can go into like a dark green, like a... I suppose see how this works. The reason is you'll see here when I put it in here, it makes the pop, or because it's a complement. Or yeah, is it? I always forget what these are called. You'd think by now I would know my colors. It is complementary, so the opposite, right? So I use this thing all the time. I know the software comes with a color wheel. I just like looking at this. It just, I don't know, makes it make more sense to me. So we're looking up towards the violet and red, so like a yellowish green. And again, the reason why I'm using this, hopefully, is to make that fire pop a little bit more than maybe it is. And it's just in a couple spots there, right? It's not like everywhere. Yellowish green. I mean, we could go saturated. It's not bad. Maybe we'll go there. We'll just keep it toned back a little bit. And then I'm kind of wondering if we put that same green back here. Oops. Because I know there's a lot of bright colors in this piece. Okay, so we're at 11 o'clock, and I was hoping to be done by now. I love it. Maybe if we just change it a bit. Yeah. Alright, you know what we're going to do? We're going to fix this up right now. Okay, I'll make a new layer. Okay, I'm not going to use the comic stuff right now. I'm going to just use a color wheel. I'll leave it on here so you guys can see it. You guys might get a kick out of it. Okay, so like I said, if we're going to go dark, we're going to go green to, I guess, light blue down here, kind of. So I'm going to pick like a dark green. We're going to fill it. Maybe we'll go this way. Make a new layer, and then I'm going to use like a gradient here. And we're going to go into blue. Something like that. Green's such a gross color to work with sometimes. Okay, and then pull this back in. Just to really move your eye down here. Then I'm going to go layer, new correction layer, gradient map. Now this is where things can get a little dicey, because I'm changing where I was already thinking of going. Somber shade. It's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad. I don't mind that. Feels like the piece is going to get a little darker here, like they're fighting at nighttime or something. Okay, well, what's this color over here? This is pretty ballsy. Where is her... Where did I put that green? I don't know if I like that. All right, what I might do then instead, guys, here, we're going to... Hey, back it up. Back it up. We're going to just keep going with this fire theme. Make it like a dark purple back there. She can just drown out the background with this stuff. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Let's go there, and then let's get this background dude all finished. Yep. Get this one. Okay. Let's go down, and he is primarily what? Okay, I remember this now. So If I click here, that's pure black. We are not going that direction. He's got a lot of red, so I like the villain being hot. So we're going to keep a lot of these colors over here, okay? So what I'm going to do is just bring it up to like that. It's still very similar to being just, you know, dark. It's very similar to being dark. What? But like it gives us some room for some shadow. The problem here is you see how the background is getting a little darker too. This starts feeling more and more like black. It's so weird, man, the way color works in your eye. It's like not only does a shade mean something like I don't even know the names of colors, man. I should know my I should know art more than I do, eh? But depending on the colors around something, it'll affect the way it looks. So here, let me give you an example. So that peach color makes this look really dark, right? But if I pick this like hot orange that she was using, it lightens up. Lightens up just a little bit. That's a little crazy here. I'm going to go up a little higher and just bring it down a little bit. I don't want to go starting to feel a little bit like a pumpkin. I don't want to go that route. But this is lightened up a little bit more. I think what I'll do is I'm going to bring it up just a little bit more just to see how that looks. Because we will add shadow to it. Okay, I don't mind that. So that's red. And then again, the hair is white. I'm just going to go pure yellow, but bring it up like that. Again, it should still feel like white, even though it's not white. And that's like one of the hardest tricks to wrap your head around is it looks like white, but it's not white. And we're going to fill all this up. This will be interesting what this does with all this fire effect. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. And then all this. This might affect actually some of the other color choices we made. This is normally when you're just doing like a single drawing, this goes pretty quick. But when you got multiple things going on, this is honestly where the time starts really adding up. So go there. Maybe I'll bring it down just a little bit more. There we go. That's better. And then we've got like this. That red might actually work. Let's try it. This is for his collar. Something like that, maybe. All right. Yeah, we'll turn off all the reference. All right, so the last thing we need to do before we get into the shadows is I'm just going to dress up these guys just a little bit more, sort of like how we were doing the fire there. Okay, we'll go here. All right, so we got like this hot red. Yeah, this on the Cintiq, this looks good. On the actual colors, no, no, it does not. So that means we need to bring it up a little bit more. I think the reds are all jacked up. All right, so let's go. We're going to go down here for red. Okay, I'm gonna leave it with this. I'm going to go just a little bit warmer in here. Once we add like some glows to this too, ideally it's gonna pop. Okay, so that's all done. Now I'm going to just pick a purple here for our shadow color. Now this is going to get a little interesting. Um, so we almost have to backtrack everything. We're going to shut it all off. Okay, so we're back to that. Now this lets me go ahead and just add shadow to something clean. Hopefully you'll see what I mean here. So I know you guys can't see all these layers. So I'm making a new layer that's still clipped to everything below it, setting it to multiply, and I'm just getting a big fat brush. I don't like spending a lot of time in here doing this. What happened to my music? I just realized my music shut up. All right, give me a second. I need some tunes. Oh, my range stopped. Okay, we'll put some Mass Effect on. Let's do it. Boom, boom. Turn that down. Okay. Okay. So what this lets me do is see, like now I can add shadow to this without all the other colors mixing in. I can just light an object. The first thing to do is pick where's our light source. I'm going to go classic and just go from the top as I'm looking at the image. She's got the fire up there, like that purplish flame. I can do a lot of blending mode and effects that way. But this guy's also got these like demons that he's summoning or whatever she was calling them. So for me, it's like the light's coming this way, maybe a little bit this way. So I'll do my best to remember that. Let's go with like this brush. And like I say, for me anyway, a little bit goes a long way with this style. Ah, shit, really? That's going to happen? Sometimes when things get too dark, like this one, you can't... You can't like fill in layers because it thinks it's all the same. I'm just going to go like this for a second, fill it in with a light gray, save the gray that we had, but now I can go to the purple. And now hopefully I can add some shadow and it'll work. So if I fill it in, cool. That's all I wanted. It was just too dark. This is really where the image starts coming to life, man. Is once you start adding just a little bit of lighting to it. Like just doing color flats is fine. You get a lot of mileage doing that, but if you can add just even a simple one layer on multiply with some basic lighting, all of a sudden the thing starts coming to life. And I can't escape the Kirby blobby shading, so we're going to get a little bit of that in this piece too. I just love it so much. You get like triangle shapes. That definitely helps things look more detailed. I think we'll get a little bit of... Okay, if the light was wrapping, it'd be at the top. Like that, and then that means we'll get our shadow down here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll put a little bit of shadow in here. Shadow. To make it look like it's like a medallion that's got like some engravings in it, you know? And then we're definitely going to put some shadow on his collar here. Just give us some texture. Like that. Now these dudes, I'm going to put a little bit of shadow just so that it moves the eye. Go. Come in there with that. Just try to get a bunch of these little fold details in there. Again, try to give it the illusion that there's detail going on. And I think we're going to put like a whole bunch of his leg in shadow. That'll just make everything else pop. Go. Okay, so he's done. So what I do here is I use a watercolor brush that comes standard with Clip Studio, and I just make it a little bit bigger, same shadow color, and just sort of like blur some of these edges. I'm looking for core shadows, not cast shadows with this thing. And it just makes, it gives, it almost looks like I actually spent a little bit more time doing some shading in areas. Just gives it like a little extra effect. And it can soften up, you know, like round shapes that might be on things. And then the very last thing we do is then I put a clipping mask on this, and then I use my eraser, a soft, it's almost like an airbrush, right? And then I just very lightly erase some of these shadows. And what this does, what I've noticed it does, at least for me, is it it just makes a little bit of variance in the shadow so that it looks like, I don't want to say extra work was done to it, but like it almost looks like you were using a gradient in places and you really weren't. I don't really know how else to explain it other than that. So I'm going to make one more layer. I'm going to set that to multiply and grab my brush again. And I'm just looking for super dark areas here, like so in his ear and maybe over here. I don't spend a whole bunch of time doing this step, just in and out kind of thing. But what this does is it lets me just very quickly add one extra layer of shadow. Man, I'm hitting puberty today. I just keep shadow. Just makes things pop a little bit more with just very quick time. Like here in the deep cracks of the folds and stuff like that. Very simple. All down here, you know. What is going on? Why? Oh, cassette. Got it. Actually, I might just put all that in some heavier shadow back there. Okay. So let's turn all the layers back on so we can actually see what the hell this looks like. And go back to this dark gray. There you go. There he is. Again, it's probably a little hard to see. Late 30s. We'll eventually get to the other side. All right, so there we go. We got this guy. He's done. There's some more effects I'd like to do, especially with these. I don't want to color in the line art just yet for these guys. I will. I promise. There we go. But I need to see what the other colors are going to be around. The other thing that we will do, before I move on from this, is I'm going over here, and I have another color I've already picked before. It's like this snot baby scut green. Try to make this as gross as possible on you. Make a new layer. We're going to set that to add glow and pick that color. And this is just a very simple highlight. See what it does? And then we're going to fiddle around with that. Again, I go liberal, or not liberal, what the hell? I go selective here with the highlights. I'm trying to be very cautious of not highlighting everything because once you go... Shadows is one thing. I'm a fan of adding shadows because that grounds the piece. Highlights push it. And when you start getting crazy town on the highlights, if you don't include them everywhere, it can start to look like you screwed up. If that makes sense. We'll see how this hair thing works in a second. But I'm just trying to put it in places that'll help separate forms over other forms. So like making sure this pentagram is there. Maybe I'll bring in a little squiggly lines here for some texture on the ears. I want you to really be looking at the face. These guys, we're going to get the effects there. But like you see how it's dark here? We can just put in a little one here. And what we're going to do, I know it's like a solid straight line. This takes a little bit of getting used to because I was always used to doing this with like a pressure sensitive one, like a pressure sensitive brush. What we're going to do is we're going to go back over this. We're going to mask it and sort of airbrush out some stuff. You'll see. You see. But just to add a little bit of little texture. All right, so up here we're going to just boom, fill that white. Just some more shines for no reason. All right. Okay, should be good. Okay. And then, so we're going to put a clipping mask on there, and then I'm going to use that same soft eraser and sort of make this look like it was like a gradient. See what I'm saying? I don't think I like this at all. To be honest with you, I got to get better with that anime cut that you can put on hair like that. Mine sucks. Just go something like that. Cool. Okay. And guess what? We're going to repeat this process for every other single guy. Let's go. Make a new layer. So it should go pretty quick here. Like I said, it's pretty standard at this point of like what we're doing. Let's do large inking. I could put like a second layer of like bounce light too. I usually like to worry about that at the end. Like if a piece holds its own without it, I don't want to spend the time putting it in if it doesn't need it. Oh, Sugarton too. Sugarton. Do you want that? Like normally, if you look at any of my stuff that I post lately, it's got like that paper texture to it. Do you want that on here or just the clean without it? The smooth. Isn't it funny what shadow does? Just like this one layer, like dramatically changes what an image looks like, eh? It's like sculpting. Whoa, 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 whoa. I always thought I could look at it. You got it. You got it. Okay, he's done. So now we go over here. That smooth watercolor. And we'll put it places like here on the chin. And right here. Just to soften up some of that. Maybe a little on the hair. A little on the horn. Cool. And then, like I said before, we'll make a new layer, and we're just going to lightly erase giant chunks of shadow here. Almost, sometimes it gives it a little bit of effect of like a bounce shadow too. Which is kind of cool. Then make a new layer, multiply. And we're looking for the dark areas, like in here. Nose. It's a subtle thing. If I turn that on and off, like, just brings some things out a little bit more. Totally don't need it. Just a little extra step that sometimes adds a little bit to it. Okay, what are we doing next here? So we're going to make a new layer, put that on Add Glow. And we're going to use that pukey green again. And we're just going to put in some highlights. Some of these you might not even see once we turn it back on. Like these probably won't see like on the teeth just because they're a little bit more yellow. Alright, so it's just a subtle effect here. Just gives it a little extra room here. Okay, let's turn all the other colors on, see how she looks. Cool. Looking good. Okay, who's next? So, multiply, add glow. Okay, we're back. Alright, let's keep this train going. It's funny, I was like, oh, I'll be done by 11. It'll be 12. 20 minutes. I don't know if we'll be finishing this. 2 hours over budget. Good stuff.
Now let's prolapse it in the yard. That has to go in the freezer. Put it in the freezer. Where's the other turkey? Is it up there?
Ah, shit. I forgot I gotta do the gradient to the hair here, too. Damn it.
What's in your hand? Oh, that doesn't go in there.
How's that look? Okay.
Thank you. These stay out of the fridge. That's for Mama. Put them right there, okay? Hold that one.
Hey, Lars, what's up, man?
Let's see if Bella wants to come in. Hey, Bella. Bella. Hey, come. Come. Come on. Yeah, you wanna go play? Okay. I'm trying to ask you a question, but you're screaming over me. Do you understand why that's frustrating? You ready for lunch? You told me at the store you were hungry.
There we go. Let's get some texture on those ribbons. Bring these over here. Okay, I still have to put the gradient on that hair. Alright, so we're going to go there, and then we're going to go over here, grab our watercolor. Smooth at the chin, neck. Oh, you guys can hear the background music, can you? How? Oh, can you hear that coming through my headphones, maybe? It's not that loud, I don't think. Let me turn that down. I just want to get stupid copyright claims. I don't know. If you guys can hear the background music, let me know. It's Mass Effect, the first one.
I'm gonna go ahead and close
Definitely help.
this.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely helps having just a little bit more room for sure. It's actually the same quality as the 13, like screen wise and stuff. So it's not night and day, but it's definitely good. Okay. Oh, you see, I got my, I get the headphones on. I can't even hear. I'm like, how the hell can you guys hear that? Yeah, Alexander and his Beethoven music. He's close to nap time and lunch. And that's why he's losing his mind. Babies, eh? Alright, so we're just going to lightly go in here. Erase some of these shadows. There we go. And then we're going to use this layer again. Just for some of these darker shadows. It probably would sound pretty good. At least to the parents. It's like I don't mind it screaming too much. Like it can get nuts, right? It's loud screaming sounds. But if I hear other people's babies are losing their shit, it's like ugh, nails on chalkboard. But when it's your own spawn, that is disgusting. Okay, so we'll go here. Let's do this. We're getting there. We're almost done. Right, guys? I keep saying that. Somehow it's making it more and more true. And these highlights, I'm not sure how well these are going to show up on her hands because they're like that really solid blue. Same with the costume being so white. But we'll see. Alright, let's turn it all on. See how it looks. Why are the lips blue? Didn't we... Oh, I turned that back on. I was like, pretty sure we were like, we don't need makeup. Cool. I think it looks good. Glad the highlights are showing up, though, in some of the spots. Some of the spots. Okay, what I need to do, though, is that gradient for the hair. I don't want to forget that. Oh my god, he's losing his goddamn mind. So what is it? It goes brown to dark blue to light green. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna keep that there. We're gonna move that over here. I'm just gonna airbrush it in. Make a new layer over that. Hide those dancing dots. Grab our airbrush. Okay. Let's go. Okay. What do we got? We got brown. Let's see how this looks. Now, I know we don't got a lot of room here. I think it's because that's all in shadow. But we could probably bring some of that up here too. And then go back into like this tealish green. Oh, what the hell? Oh, right, there we go. I was running, I'm like, where the hell all that color go? It was there. No, this is for Sugarton in the chat, my niece. It's a birthday present. It's her characters for her webcomic. Pending webcomic. Let me put it under a little asterisk. One day, someday, maybe it'll come out, right? That's how all these things usually go. Okay, where's the hair here? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some of this brown down here. Oops. What? Oh, whoops. Shadow. Okay. I might have to put some effects just over top of these characters just to keep pushing them further back. Let's keep going. Where's this chick? Hey, Zaman. Thanks, man. Zam10? Is that how you say it? Hardly catch me live. Well, I'm glad you were able to today. Appreciate it. Appreciate your efforts to try to do it. other times. So I'm not going to add any shadow to her hair. There's too much lighting that's going to be slapped on there afterwards. It's not going to matter. At least I don't think. I just want to have the relevant shadow, like on the body and stuff. Remember I said earlier, there's a spot here I don't really care for right here where it's white. And I'm just going to put all this in shadow. Not even going to mess with trying to compete with different shades of white. No, thank you. Does not sound fun. Alright, as for the wings, this is a little tricky. Just do it simple on that side and then. Hey, Hero, welcome, man. Larry, sorry, what were you saying there? I really appreciate this time of days. That makes me much more easy for me to. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Like, it's 5 minutes till I would take my lunch break. I think I'm just going to go right through it. I might take a break. I'm not sure. I got to kind of see what's going on there. Today's a little bit of a cluster one. But anyway, yeah, every other Friday seems to be working out so far. Hero, dude, your beard is hot. It's not. Camera illusions. It's a hot mess. But anyway, thanks. Here I watch you draw. Make sure to jump. I appreciate that, dude. Thanks, man. Thank you, sir. Your lives help influence me to get off my ass and start. Glad I could help. I remember back in the day, I would look forward to daylight savings time because it's up till 3 a.m. to catch the game. Man, wow. That was like the later ones, right? Like when I would stream at night, when I get home from work, I think. Okay. Watercolor. All right, so we're gonna smooth out the boobies here for a second. The arm. Whoa, 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 whoa. Brush is too big here. There, and a little bit here on the wings. I don't want to go too nuts here because these look like they're, a little bit more organic looking. Okay, that's good enough. And then we're going to do a clipping mask here with the soft eraser. Again, just lightly remove some of these shadows. Kind of looks like bounce light, but not really at the same time. And then we're going to do one more layer. Just for the heavy shadows here. So looking over there. Something like that. The Wednesday streams, oh yeah. Back when I was doing the standard, yeah. Those are many moons ago, holy smokes. Back when I was doing comics, huh? Here, go there. Okay. And then the last layer, we're going to just do one quick one for highlights. She's so far in the background, right? We don't need to spend too much time back there. Okay, let's turn it all on, see how it looks. Cool. And then I'm just going to turn on her special effects as well, just so I can see it a little bit better. There we go. A lot of purple and blues in this, so we're going to have to really punch up that... I've been using that soft eraser to create the fading effect that you do with watercolor brush. Sometimes the watercolor brush doesn't do it. Yeah, no, it's super limiting. Like, ideally, like, it's really like a blending brush. And sometimes you want to be able to do like that, like you're saying, the airbrush where you're covering a large distance. It definitely doesn't do that. It just smooths interacting shapes. So I don't do generally giant strokes like that. But yeah, you're right. That's totally what it's doing. Back when you were still reading comics and making, yeah, I know, like I say at the end of every everything, huh? Back when I was reading and making comics. What happened to that guy? Where did he go? What happened to him? Okay, so this is what I was saying with this. This is why I didn't want to go pure black down here. Because it'll give us an opportunity to do like a cool... So all this is going to be in black, but lets us get like a little extra dynamic effect in here, right? Like, boom, now we got like a nice, cool shadow in here. I'm going to flood all this in shadow up here. I don't want this guy to be too detailed, because I want your eye to, just look at his face and the other characters. He's just supposed to be like that background menace, I'll just do like a quick pinching shadows for the cloth here. We'll get a little sloppy with it, it won't matter. So like that. And then we're going to grab our smooth watercolor. Okay, I like that sharp shape there, but maybe here we could blend it a bit. Give it a little, like I'm just trying to get like an opposing texture here. Go down like that. Go that way. Okay, and then we're going to do the exact same thing. And then we're going to multiply again. Where the darkest shadows are. So let's get the eye, because I really want people to, in case they don't, I want them to really look at the eye. How did you come up with that catchphrase, by the way? Did it come naturally, or did you sit down and think, what? Which one? Oh, I'm preparing a podcast. And I'll keep reading comics, keep making. I don't even know. Right now, all I could think of is it's more of like a call to action thing. I'll just keep doing it. But I honestly don't know. Alright, now let's get the highlight. Getting at that tail end now. Okay, so we can get that nice little juicy highlight in here. Oh, he wants something, man. He needs sleep and food. I'm just trying to get this part done, and then I'm going to end this stream here. I'm going to continue off stream to finish this up after lunch, but I was really hoping to be able to finish this within an hour. Lofty goals. Okay, let's turn it all on here and see how he looks. Cool. See, so like adding a little bit of shadow here definitely helps. Or not making it totally black, I think, really helped that. Just to give it some layers. Cool, okay. I'm going to wrap that up. Oh yeah, let's put the background in here just to see what that's feeling like. Yeah, I don't mind it. Like I said, I'm going to do some more effect work just to like push this guy back, but it's pretty much done. It's missing some adjustment layers and stuff, but yeah. Anyway, this one's for Lars. Thanks for watching, you guys. Appreciate it. And like usual, keep reading comics. Keep making comics, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.